Manicure is a cosmetic procedure which involves the treatment of the nail and the surrounding nail zone. While performing the manicure, we give nails a more beautiful and groomed look. A healthy nail plate is pink in color and has a shiny surface. An infection can enter under the nail fold if the nail plate or the surrounding skin area is damaged. This can lead to different nail diseases and disorders. Therefore, we need to perform the manicure carefully and neatly. What does clean manicure mean? It means that the skin around the nail is perfectly treated, with no hanging beads, no hangnail, and no unevenness on the skin. The nails are clearly and evenly shaped, are the same length and form. If we are talking about the natural nails, then the nail plate should be smooth and even. However, if there was gel coating, then it is an ideal takeoff from the old coating and it should be even. If all of the mentioned points are followed, then there will be no difficulty with the coating or the nail plate alignment. For the classic, combinational or hardware manicure, we will need a tray for all of our tools. We will need a face mask, a disposable face mask for one-time use, a brush, gloves. Don't forget that you also need to wash your hands and disinfect them, as that will give us a barrier from the aggressive agents in the surrounding environment. We will need a nail file and a buffer for one-time use. A pusher, cuticle nipper, scissors, and nozzles. I have 2 nozzles for the skin grinding. I use the cuticle remover for treating the cuticles. For the classical manicure, I will also need the hand bath for the soaking of the hands. For the combinational or the hardware manicure, I will need an electric manicure device. Now, let's look at different types of nail files. Firstly, we use metallic base for the disposable files. This base has the boomerang shape, and we will stick the disposable file onto it later on. They all have different forms, and I explain how to distinguish them forms in a minute. This is a plastic file base, but the metallic one is better to use because the metallic base can be disinfected in a high temperature. And of course, we cannot do the same with the plastic base. I will show you how to stick on a file or a buffer on a universal metallic file base. Just take off the plastic and stick it onto the base. It is very comfortable and practical in use. Also comes in a boomerang shape. This is a double-sided nail file with a softer and a harder side. Different types and forms are used for manicure and nail extensions. This boomerang-shaped file is ideal. Nail files differentiate based on their hardness, and this is measured in grits. The universal nail file has between 180 to 200 grits, and it can be used for manicure and for working with artificial materials. I've made this diagram for you so you can see how the nail files are measured. You can see that beneath 180 there are two arrows. One is pointing to the right and one is pointing to the left. The arrow going to the right is for the natural nails. So from 180 to 200 or 280 grits. The higher the grit, the softer the nail file is.
Hey, I got something to say. I'm just so sick of hearing everyone complain. I know it's tough and I know there's pain, but hitting bottom is the only way to change. So I'll keep hustling, you keep struggling. Bitch, I'm humbling, keep mumbling. I'll keep doubling, you keep bluffing. You've got nothing, I'll keep hustling. I've seen a lot of people who don't know what thirst is. I've had a taste of evil and tried to cure the sickness, but I just keep my head down and focus on the facts. I'm setting down gravel while you just follow the path. I'll lead them into battle while you're just too scared to act. I'll leave the knife right in my back. So I'll keep hustling, you keep struggling. Bitch, I'm humbling, keep mumbling. I'll keep doubling, you keep bluffing. You've got nothing, I'll keep hustling.
On the middle finger, and it is a support for the instrument. The cutting canvas should be placed perpendicular to the nail plate when cutting. I suggest for you to try this exercise so you can get used to the instrument and feel it in your hands, opening and closing the scissors. Try to cut evenly on the glove using the tip of the blades. Repeat this as many times as needed to get the even cut. Another instrument for the manicure is the cuticle nipper. It has the working side, blades which come in different sizes, connecting mechanism, spring mechanism and handles. The instrument should move smoothly. You can try holding the nippers to feel its movement and get used to it. It should feel comfortable in your hand when you try opening and closing the blade. Change the angle of your hand. The instrument is placed freely in your hand. The connecting point is placed on the pointing finger, and we close the top part of the connecting point with the thumb. And the remaining 3 fingers are responsible for the movement of opening and closing the blades. Try this exercise and change the angle of your hands. You should feel some pressure in the part of your hand above the wrist when opening and closing the instrument. When choosing the nippers, pay attention to the shape and the length of the handle and the length of the blades. Remember that the instrument should be an extension of your hand, and it should feel comfortable when holding.